What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Jose Show. Happy Tuesday. All right, now let's get to it. Now let's talk about Ryan Seacrest. So Ryan Seacrest is just a few weeks into his new gig hosting Wheel of Fortune, and he's still spinning with excitement. Now, TMZ caught up with Ryan in New York City Monday, and he was all smiles telling us he's having a total ball giving away piles of cash and a new car here and there. So Ryan, who was joined by Sister Meredith, added he always knew the hosting gig would be a blast, and he's now at the point where he's just trying to contain his excitement about the whole thing. Okay, so it's great to see everything falling into place for Ryan, who dove headfirst into his game show debut last month, stepping into Pat Sajak's big shoes like a pro. Okay, so this is really amazing that Ryan Seacrest is now the host of Wheel of Fortune, because Ryan Seacrest is a really good host, and he has all of the experience of the world, especially to be in a game show like this. Because let's remember that Ryan Seacrest was in a game show back in the late 90s, which I believe lasted for like 2 or 3 years, and he did a phenomenal job in that game show. And let's also remember too that he did a phenomenal job, of course, on American Idol, and he still is doing a phenomenal job on American Idol to this day. And he's been doing a phenomenal job on air with Ryan Seacrest on 102.7 Kiss FM and a bunch of other stuff that he has also done, which has definitely given him so much experience and has also given him a high profile name, of course. And you know, now that he is in this show, by the way, Wheel of Fortune, which by the way is one of the most iconic game shows of all time, it's definitely going to give Ryan Seacrest more of a huge fame, and it's going to give him more publicity, of course, and it's going to give him more, of course, respect and more seriousness, I guess you can say, because literally Wheel of Fortune is one of the best game shows out there. And let's remember that, yes, of course, a lot of people have been criticizing Ryan Seacrest because he might not be as good as Pat Sajak was when he was on Wheel of Fortune, but yet again, Ryan Seacrest is doing the best he can to be in a show like this. And you know what, the next thing you know it, in a few years, a lot of people are gonna be like, you know what, Ryan Seacrest is a really good host and Ryan Seacrest should not be criticized at all, you know. So I believe that it could also take some time for people to really get used to Ryan Seacrest, to all of the people out there that are hating on Ryan Seacrest being on Wheel of Fortune. And also, let's remember that Pat Sajak, I mean, he needed to retire anyways because he was already in his ages anyways, and of course he hosted that show for over 40 years, so that is definitely something right there. But I can already imagine though that now that Ryan Seacrest is in this show, he has way more money in his bank account, because I mean, like I said, this show is one of the most iconic shows of all time anyways. So anyways, Ryan Seacrest, you keep on doing you are an amazing host. Now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Hannah Smith. So Hannah Smith, best known for competing on season 6 of Love Island USA, has been arrested for going off the rails and threatening to kill a police officer, TMZ has learned. According to police documents obtained by TMZ, the reality TV star was at a concert venue in Atlanta September 30 when she was escorted out for being disorderly. A police officer was on scene and tried to take Hannah to an Uber when the reality star allegedly tried punching the cop with a closed fist. Okay, so Hannah was handcuffed, but the officer says she attempted to kick the cop multiple times. Hannah was placed under arrest and was in the police car on the way to jail when she allegedly repeatedly threatened to kill the officer and the officer's sister. So Hannah was charged with 2 felonies, terroristic threats and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Okay, so Hannah was released on bail the next day and returned to posting to social media with no mention of her arrest. Alright, so no word on the specifics surrounding her arrest. Alright, so this is really scary and really crazy what I'm hearing here. But you know what? I kind of have a feeling that the reason to why this girl was acting really cray-cray was because maybe she had some alcohol in her system. Because it really seems like it to me that Hannah Smith is all about that alcohol life by already seeing her look on her face on that freaking mugshot. I think that she should have calmed the F down before getting into a situation like this. But that is if she ended up getting drunk. I'm not saying that she did get drunk. Now, I believe that the fact that you are threatening to kill a cop and you are going off getting all lunatic really is going over the rail here. It's going over the line here, because I believe that you are basically trying to be an assassin, and you're also trying to assassinate somebody that is in charge of the law and that is trying to get you to freaking behave, and you, by the way, are not even giving a damn about it, and you're just going out there calling attention like you own the freaking world, when in reality you don't own the freaking world at all. I believe that the police owns you, because the police is the one that's in charge of making sure that you behave well and that you do not be breaking the freaking law. And that is something that Hannah Smith did not freaking understand, because like I said, I believe that she was under the freaking influence. And God forbid, by the way, that she was under drugs too, because usually when people like this get into so much drugs, that is when they don't give a damn about anything, that's for sure. And they get even more lunatic. And it's so freaking scary. But anyways, I believe that this right here is a really good example to a lot of other reality stars out there, that they should not be doing shit like this, or else they will put themselves into so much trouble. And you know what? Now that Hannah is charged with 2 felonies, that is definitely the end for her, because now she's going to be facing so much time in prison, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure that she's also going to be losing a bunch of opportunities and a bunch of other stuff in the TV industry. And I'm pretty sure that she might get her time out of Love Island USA, and I'm saying this if she's still in that reality show, by the way. And then the next thing you know is she's going to be alone in life, and then she is going to be, you know, sad, and she's going to be, you know, miserable because of the fact that she committed a mistake like this. So there goes her career. Her career goes down the freaking toilet, that's for sure. And I feel so sorry for this girl, but that's what you freaking get. But anyways, on to the next topic. So I have some shocking news. Okay, so Lisa Marie Presley was so heartbroken over her son Benjamin Q's death. She kept his body at home for 2 months, according to her new memoir, which was completed by her daughter Riley Coe after her own death in 2023. So in a segment from the memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown, Lisa Marie revealed she fought to stay alive for her kids, including her twin daughters Harper and Finley Lockwood, now 16, and that's why she couldn't bring herself to say goodbye to Benjamin right away. So while Lisa Marie wrestled with the decision of whether to bury Benjamin in Hawaii or at Graceland in Tennessee, where Elvis is buried, she kept him in a separate casita at her home in Calabasas, California. It worked out since California doesn't have laws requiring immediate burial. So Lisa Marie shared she found a compassionate funeral home owner who brought Ben to her, and she kept him at 55 degrees in her home to preserve his body. Okay, so she admitted it was pretty weird having her son there, saying, I think it would scare the living effing piss out of anybody else to have their son there like that, but not me. So anyways, nonetheless, Lisa Marie took it a step further. She and Riley honored Benjamin by getting matching tattoos. Okay, so Benjamin died of suicide in 2020. He was eventually laid to rest at Graceland right next to Elvis, and Lisa Marie was buried there later on too. Okay, so this is really, really scary what I'm hearing here. I believe that I definitely would have peed my pants if I would have seen that dead boy right next to Lisa Marie. Because honestly, I believe here that, you know, having a dead person there right next to one person that is alive, it could be the mother, the sister, whoever, to me sounds like, and it seems like, that person killed that other person. When in reality, I know that Lisa Marie didn't kill Benjamin, but yet again, it would seem like it to me, if I would have seen it myself, that Lisa kept her own son Benjamin at that house with her, dead, by the way. And I also think that it would have been very scary just having to see the son there, not only because of that, but also because of the fact that it would have just looked really horrific just having to see a dead person there, because I can already imagine just how green the person looked and how frozen the person looked. And I believe that with 55-degree weather in that household, I don't think that would have worked out all that well for the son to be kept there, because I believe that when it comes to a dead person, the dead person should be in an environment that's like I don't know, in the negatives instead of being in a 55-degree household, because I believe that when a dead body is in a very, very cold environment, like being in the negatives, like -1, -2 at least, I believe that the dead body would be more preserved well, but not with the 55-degree weather household at all. That's just my opinion, but I believe that, yes, it is really understandable as to why Lisa Marie kept that dead body of her son at her household for 2 months, because of the fact that, yes, it can be very sad having to let go of somebody that you truly loved, especially when it comes to your own son, because you really raised that son, you really were there for that son, and you really want to see that son still, regardless if that son no longer can talk and move. But yet again, I feel like in this world that we live in, you have to let go of the person, even if you love that person really much, because of the fact that that person is no longer with us, and you have to put it to rest in a cemetery. But I'm just glad, though, that Lisa Marie Presley didn't get into any trouble for any of this, because I believe that California does not have any laws about burying somebody immediately. So that's a good thing right there. But yet again, it must have been very darn scary for me to see that Lisa Marie Presley had her own dead son at her own home for two freaking months, if I were to be there to see it all. But anyways, Lisa Marie Presley, this right here is pretty insane. But anyways, on to the next topic. So before ending this show, I have something sad to announce. So unfortunately, the one and only Cissy Houston, who was the mother of Whitney Houston, unfortunately passed away on Sunday at the age of 91. She'll forever be remembered, and she'll forever be in our hearts. She was an amazing woman. She was also the grandmother of the one and only Bobby Christina, who happened to be the daughter of the late Whitney Houston. And now Cissy Houston has reunited in heaven with both Bobby Christina and Whitney Houston. I really hope that she finds a lot of light and joy up in heaven, and she'll forever be in our hearts, and of course she'll forever be remembered. Rest in peace, Cissy Houston. Now that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Jose Show. Till next time, peace.